The man behind Action and Retirement is Gordon Forrester. He's here now with Lou Gardner.
Gordon Forrester, what that film seems to suggest is that you have a good idea for some of your members, a good idea for you, I imagine, but perhaps not so good idea for all of the franchise holders.
When you say all of the franchise holder, we've seen a representation of one person who did not give it very long. He established himself for something like 4 weeks or so, didn't even go to having a launch, which is our official launch, which is a large tea dance, wherein we invite all the retired people in the area to come along.
If I may take you up on that, I understand that he did arrange one, and the fact that there was some problem and that you didn't come along to it.
No, I asked Mr. Bateman to actually cancel his launch because I think he had about 63 people, which is, well, ridiculous in our terms, that number of people.
I mean, we have at
Windsor, for instance, 1,000 people turning up in Windsor, and all very happy on the day. It's a free tea dance to find out more about Action and Retirement. Same thing in Southport and Lancashire. 900 people turn up. When you talk about something of that nature, where a chap is only given it 4 weeks, arrives at 63 people, I would question it when we have 900 people at Southport, 500 members within a period of 6 weeks, 40 worker members
Mr. Forrester,
working, and a very happy man.
Let me just put, then let us move away from Mr. Bateman. Let me put to you that what you do say is you talk about a projection of 2,000 and a turnover of 20,000. Do you have any franchise holders who have 2,000 members now?
The figures of 2,000 members were based, obviously, on the fact that Bournemouth, the branch that I set up, actually achieved over that figure in less than a year.
Do you have anybody else who has 2,000?
No, because nobody else has been going for a year. The first person who'll be going for a year is at the end of January next year.
How many has that person got?
That person has got 770 members, but that particular person stopped operating something like 4 months ago. They stopped operating 4 months ago without any explanation for us. We have asked them to send us the names and addresses of the people so that we can give them free membership until somebody is put in there to act as the local director.
So you have no one of 2,000 yet, though?
No, Bournemouth is because nobody else has been running for a year.
Bournemouth is your own scheme.
But there are many that are on target. That is the whole point.
Okay. Let me put to you then the point made by Mr. Mendelssohn there, who says that perhaps you just didn't give the initial scheme long enough before you started offering franchises, that perhaps you should have ironed out all the problems yourself.
The problems were ironed out. There were very, very few problems. It is a matter, really, of effort. Somebody has got to go out and see people like citizens' advice bureaus, age-concerned day centres, and libraries, and talk about Action and Retirement. The people in this country in a position to help do actually want to help.
You take up references, don't you? You see, I mean, if you're suggesting that Mr. Bateman isn't suitable, I wonder whether you take up your references assiduously enough, whether you really follow them up as you should do, whether you
I did not
check
say
things.
that Mr. Bateman wasn't suitable. I said that Mr. Bateman did not carry out the procedure to the end result that was desirable.
Do you follow your references through as you...
Yes, we do. We follow the references through. We have them on file on Mr. Bateman and everyone else. We go through a procedure where we do not coerce anybody at all. There is a 5-step procedure when we interview people. And at each stage along the way, we say, we will take it a stage further if you're happy and we're happy.
Well, there's Mr. Bateman who's plainly not happy, and in fact he's very unhappy. Why not just write it off and buy his franchise back from him?
We do not just write anything off. This is a commercial business. I am spending money that comes into the company, whether it's through franchise fees or royalty basis or whatever, to expose Action and Retirement to the whole of the nation to get as much publicity. You know yourself, Lou Gardner, just how much money that costs for publicity. It's not cheap.
Do you think you could be a little more careful in your selection and a little more careful in your perspectives?
Is that we will resell an area for them, we will re-advertise that area, and after expenses have come out of it, which are variable expenses depending on the time, then we would normally arrange to have that person have the balance returned. Now, this has not been...
Not made clear there.
You
think it can be done? You think it can be... Something can be sorted out in that case?
Absolutely. Because one person has not been able to do it. Because one person has not been able to achieve it out of something like 45, you know, and put effort into it, which is what it requires, That's not our fault. We've given all the backup help that we can and training.
There I must stop you. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lou.